Have you ever sat on a pile of cash, waiting for the stock market to crash so you can scoop up bargains? You tell yourself, I'm just waiting for the dip. It sounds smart, right? Buy low, sell high. According to data scientist Nick Maggiulli, author of the book, Just Keep Buying, this is actually one of the worst ways to build wealth. In his book, Maggiulli presents a study covering stock market data from 1928 to 1979. He compared to strategy, dollar cost averaging, where you invest a set amount every month, regardless of the price, and buying the dip. In this simulation, the dip buyer was actually given godlike powers. They knew exactly when the absolute bottom was between all-time highs and bought only then. The result? Even with perfect, all-knowing timing, buying the dip underperformed dollar cost averaging 70% of the time. Why? Because while you sit in cash waiting for a drop, the market is usually going up. By the time the dip happens, the price is often still higher than when you first started waiting. So, rule number 1 from the book: don't wait, just keep buying. Now, before you dump your money into the market, you need to know where you should focus your energy. Maggiulli introduces a concept called the Save-Invest Continuum. Here is the simple test. Look at how much you can save in the next year versus how much your investments could earn in that same year. If you are early in your career with a small portfolio, say $10,000, 10% market return only makes you $1,000. But you might be able to save $5,000 or $10,000 by working harder or getting a raise. In this stage, you shouldn't obsess over asset allocation. You should focus on saving and earning. However, once you have a massive portfolio, the math flips. If you have $1 million invested, a good market year earns you far more than you can likely save from your salary. That is when you need to focus on investment optimization. Maggiulli argues that for most people starting out, the best way to get rich isn't cutting coupons, it's growing your income. There is a limit to how much you can cut expenses. You can't spend less than zero. But there is theoretically no limit to how much you can earn. Speaking of earning and spending, one of the best parts of Just Keep Buying is that it gives you permission to actually enjoy your money. We often feel guilty about buying a latte or a nice pair of shoes. To solve this, Maggiulli proposes the 2x rule. It works like this. If you want to splurge on something expensive like a $400 pair of dress shoes, you must invest an equivalent $400 into income-producing assets at the same time, if you can't afford to buy it twice, you can't afford it. This rule removes the guilt because you know that even though you splurged, your net worth effectively stayed the same or grew because you invested in your future. Simultaneously, he also suggests a rule for raises. It's called the 50% rule. When you get a raise, save 50% of it and spend the other 50% on lifestyle upgrades. This allows you to enjoy your hard work while preventing lifestyle creep from ruining your retirement plans, okay, so you're earning more and you're ready to invest. What do you buy? The book makes a strong case against picking individual stocks. Maggiulli uses what he calls the existential argument. If you play basketball against LeBron James, you know within 5 minutes that he is skilled and you are not. But in stock picking, you could make a bad decision and get lucky, or make a great decision and lose money. It can take 20 years to statistically prove if you are actually good at picking stocks or just lucky, because it's impossible to know if you have true skill. You shouldn't rely on stock picking for your financial future. Instead, the book recommends buying a diverse set of income-producing assets, like broad market ETFs or index funds. Data shows that while most individual stocks actually underperform the market, index funds capture the winners and guarantee you get the market return. The ultimate message of the book is in the title. The data shows that timing the market is a fool's game. Waiting for a dip usually results in buying at a higher price later, and stressing over individual stocks isn't worth the existential crisis. Whether the market is at an all-time high or crashing, the strategy remains the same. If the market crashes, view it as an opportunity to buy at a discount. Buying during a crisis offers higher expected future returns. As Maggiulli puts it, you should treat savings like a monthly bill. It's non-negotiable. Automate it, buy diverse assets, and let time do the heavy lifting. If you want a stress-free path to wealth that is backed by over a century of data, the answer is simple: just keep buying. Thanks for watching. If you want more data-driven financial tips, hit that like button and subscribe.